This is really hard. I don't know how much is longer. It's still pitch black. I'm running on no sleep for like 48 hours. I don't know how I'm gonna do this, guys. It's currently 8 p.m. and my driver should be here in about 30 minutes to take me to Mount Agung to hike to the summit. And I'm just barely finishing packing up, procrastinating, I know. So I'm gonna try to get packed up in time before he comes. So I'm bringing some snacks and then mostly just a lot of layers because the hike is really high altitude at more than 3,000 meters. I definitely left this for the last moment, but that's all right. Mia's just playing solitaire. She's not going to be joining me on the hike today because she's not crazy like me. She doesn't feel like doing an overnight 10-hour hike up a 3,000 meter volcano. Okay, time to go. It's about 8:45. The driver just arrived. Bye, baby. See you in 14 hours. I'm in the car now and we're going to be about 2 hours in the ride. Gonna try to nap a little bit in the car here. So we just arrived at the starting point of the trek, waking up with some coffee. There are two main routes to go up to Mount Agung. The long route, which starts near Besakih Temple, it's the most important temple on the island, and that's the one that actually gets you to the 3,100 meter summit of Mount Agung. The other one is at Pasar Agung. That one is a bit shorter. That one's only 3 to 4 hours, but it doesn't take you to the true summit. It takes you to around 2,900 meters. Met my guide, Boyan. So I have to register with the National Park Office, I think. Gotta give them my name, just in case I die, they can recover my body.
Pura Pangubangan Base Camp.
Puro Pagapangan. Turn my headlamp on. More than 100 people are climbing today. Which is a lot, but also when I did Mount Batur, it was way more than 100. Just got to the first checkpoint in about 40 minutes. Went 2 kilometers. It hasn't been too hard so far. Not much to look at because it's very dark. One of the reasons you need to hire a guide to do Mount Agung is that it's the holiest mountain in Bali. Like the top of the mountain is the home for the gods. It's very sacred. It's really important to be respectful when you're climbing it. We're at the first checkpoint and you can see all of the guides are lighting incense and leaving offerings, which is really cool to see. Starting to get a little sweaty here, but I'm gonna keep on trekking, keep on moving. About 12:30. We've been hiking for about an hour and a half, gone up about 600 meters. Can feel my breath getting a lot shorter. We're definitely climbing up. Almost 2 hours in, and we've gone about 4 kilometers, hiked up almost 1,000 meters. Gonna chill here and have some water. Probably a snack now. There's so much sweat just dripping off of my face. The view is already getting so crazy. You can see all the lights of all of Bali, and like I can see all the way into the clouds and the mountains in the background, so I know once the sun comes up, this view is gonna be crazy. Right now, we're resting at camp number 4, so there's 5 camps on the way up to the top. Still pitch black. I think it's like 2 in the morning right now. My head torch is running out of battery, but luckily my guide came prepared. Got an extra one. Legend. We're about to stop for a while, have a little break, and they're gonna build a campfire. So my guide Wayan is being a real trooper and carrying basically an entire tree up the volcano right now. Now we have about 2 hours, I think, of break here. We're gonna head up to the summit at like around 4:30. I'm gonna chill, have a hot cup of coffee, and maybe sleep. Probably not, but rest a little bit. Whew, I'm out of breath. I tried to nap, but honestly, it's a bit too cold. Every time I'd lay down away from the fire, my I'd start shivering, so I wasn't really able to sleep. I just have like a rain jacket and a thermal and like a little fleece that's like pretty thin, and that didn't really do the trick. Luckily the guides built that fire, which kept me warm. Definitely bring like a puffer jacket or a winter jacket because it is quite deceptively cold. Just waiting for my guide. I think he's going to the bathroom or something. We'll see if it's number 1 or number 2. We just did a big push up a very steep and very rocky section of the hike. I went from being pretty cold and comfortable in my layers to having to take everything off real fast. I'm somehow sweating and freezing cold at the same time. This is really hard. I don't know how much is longer. It's still pitch black. I'm running on no sleep for like 48 hours. I don't know how I'm gonna do this, guys. I did it. I made it to the top of Bali. The sun is just starting to rise right now. It's gonna be insane. I can't wait. What are you doing? Epic payoff that was for a very hard hike in a very early morning. You can just see the scale of this volcano. It really feels like you're on a different planet. Sunset is unbelievable. Never seen anything like it. I literally feel like I'm in heaven, or a blanket of clouds, the ocean, and just the sun is just poking up. Craziest part though about that entire experience at the summit was that I was just sitting there enjoying the view, and then some guy pulls out not only just his little dog that's just chilling there at the summit of this volcano, but 2 flying squirrels that he's just been carrying in a pouch this entire time. There's just 2 flying squirrels like on his head and like crawling on his arms on the top of this volcano. Wow. So Mount Batur is behind that big hill there, and it's crazy because you can see the entire caldera. That's so crazy to see. The one benefit of hiking in the dark is that you don't see anything. You don't get any of the views, but then now that I'm hiking down, I get to see all the views. I feel like usually when you hike a volcano or a big mountain, the way down is like the worst thing ever. You're just going back down the same way you came. But since I haven't seen any of these views yet, it's kind of like a second wind. Not gonna lie, this section is really hard. I've slipped like 5 times. It's so steep. I know that once we get down past this really rocky section, it's gonna be easier. My legs are feeling it. My body is definitely feeling the zero sleep. It is pretty brutal. I can't wait to go to bed, honestly. My knees are gonna be sore for at least 6 months after this. We're getting down to the bottom now. The elevation can be hard, and then actually the hardest part is definitely going down. The ground is like loose sand the entire time, so that's something to keep in mind. Definitely wear proper footwear, but at the end of the day, was this hike worth it? 100%. Easily the best view I've seen in Bali. You can see basically the entire island from the top. My guide Wayan was amazing. I'll drop the company that I booked with in the description. And like honestly, I can't imagine doing this hike without a guide. You'd easily get lost. He made it so much easier, and is just a really nice person also. Him and all the guides I met here were just super friendly people. That's gonna be a wrap on this video today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching my miserable adventures climbing this beautiful mountain in Bali. If you like this, I would really appreciate a big thumbs up and a subscribe. This is only one part of our Indonesia adventures, and there's so much more to come. So stay tuned for more, and I'll see you in the next one.